is my audience for my speech. It's my note card. Ketchup, mustard, relish, onions, the All-American Dog, chili and cheese, the chili cheese coney, peppers, onions, mustard, relish, pickle, the Chicago Dog, my personal favorite, sauerkraut and fried onions, the New York Dog. Is your mouth watering yet? Maybe for now, but I'm going to try and change that. I'll explain why you shouldn't eat hot dogs, even though they're quick and easy, they taste good, and they're cost efficient. There's a variety of these quick-to-cook kitchen staples. My personal favorite was Jenny O's All Turkey Dogs, until I researched this topic. And then you can also buy the all beef, or you can get the combination ones. The mixed version has pork, beef, and poultry. Along with the meat they're made from, what else is in this toddler favorite foods? Well, let's read this package of Jenny O's Turkey Franks. Mechanically separated turkey, water, salt, it contains 2% or less modified food starch, potassium lactate, seasoning. Then we have sodium diacetate, natural smoke flavoring, and sodium nitrate. But it doesn't have any gluten. Another good thing about those, they have 40% less fat than the USDA beef franks. While preparing this speech, I realized I didn't know how to pronounce most of these words, let alone know what they meant. So I went to dictionary.com and I learned how to pronounce them. And then I realized, after Googling them, this is what we put in our bodies. So even though they're 40% less fat than the beef, they're still not good for you. So Oscar Mayer, you all know the song, you all know the brand. But did you know their selects, their expensive hot dogs, are actually made of some of the same ingredients as the turkey dogs? Angus beef, water, cultured dextrose to preserve quality, less than 2% of dextrose, salt, cultured celery juice, and vinegar. Both of those last two are ingredients to preserve quality. Then we have sodium phosphates, cherry powder, lemon juice solids, and flavor extractives of paprika. Are you kind of cringing yet? How's this one taste? Oscar Mayer Classic Wieners, composed of mechanically separated chicken. Then there's also turkey and pork. You have water, corn syrup, less than 2% of salt, the sodium phosphates, sodium diacetate, sodium benzate, sodium ascorbate, and then flavor and sodium nitrate. Mechanically separated. If you're picturing a machine ripping meat from a bone, that's not too far-fetched. The USDA puts regulations on foods, and this is what they had to say. Mechanically separated meat or poultry is a paste-like and batter-like product which is produced by forcing meat and bones through a sieve or a similar device. Now, while the USDA still says this is edible, I have to disagree. It's a high-pressured shoving situation, and that actually rips the edible tissue from the bone. It literally looks like strawberry soft serve ice cream. The USDA's website goes on to say that mechanically separated poultry would be used without restrictions effective November 4th, 1996. No restrictions, huh? That's why when I looked up the ingredients, I didn't know most of them were additives or preservatives. So I'm sure you're like me and you're thinking, oh, awesome, preservatives. These are going to make the food last longer than the fruits or veggies that I throw away every week. Like these bananas. Wrong. This means they are processed foods. So the reason they can stay fresher longer is because these chemicals are used to preserve the foods. Without these, they would last as long as the fruits and veggies that we trash. Alright, nitrates, that was a huge deal breaker for me. We have sodium nitrates. It's found in the turkey dogs and the classic Oscar Mayer wieners. Sodium nitrate has been linked to cancer. Cancer, people. Scientists found that nitrates form carcinogens, like asbestos. Then you have the tobacco smoke, the industrial smoke, and arsenic. Oh, there's also some radioactive substances that are classified as carcinogens or nitrates. Still want that hot dog? Well, I thought all beef or all turkey were the best bet in these foods. I found that these aren't the good parts of the animal. NBC did a post from the hog to the dog. Look it up. It comes complete with a picture of the parts of the animal that go into these hot dogs. They include the hind quarters, the loin, the stomach, the spleen, the heart, the windpipe, the snout, lips, tongue, beak, feet, etc. Would you go to a store and buy these to give to your family? I wouldn't. If you have kids, I'm sure you remember the long list that the OBGYN gave you or your wife. And guess what? Hot dogs are on this list. But why? If the things that I've already told you aren't good enough for you, maybe this will. Listeria. It can cause miscarriages. It can also cause stillbirth, premature delivery, infections of the newborn, or even stillbirth. It's a bacteria. Some of the symptoms of Listeria can cause are fever, muscle aches, nausea, diarrhea, which it doesn't sound much different than actually being pregnant, does it? Until it hits the central nervous system. Then you're dealing with headaches, stiffened neck. Then you have a loss of balance. You can even have confusion or convulsions. So why are hot dogs bacteria carriers? The book Skinny Bitch, written by two ex-meat eaters, now vegans, talks of factory farms. What a factory farm is, picture a clown car. You've got the tan clowns coming out, and you're wondering how they got in there. That's basically a factory farm. Now picture the clown car with 15 cows, not people. There's a lot of animals with minimal space. Mass population, mass production is key here. However, with so many animals in the cages, They are rarely cleaned, if at all. The feces become their floor. Then the farmers torture the animals. They're mutilated. But the nice farmers, will actually give these animals antibiotics. They'll give them shots to try and help combat these diseases. But what happens in this scenario is the animals ingest the antibiotics, and then we ingest the animals. So, kind of sounds like an easy way to get our vaccinations, doesn't it? Except our bodies will actually build up an immunity to these medications. So if you're wondering what's a good, quick fix way to no hot dogs, how about a veggie dog? I was actually a vegetarian for 2 years and ate Morningstar Farms. The products they have, it's a whole line of vegetarian-friendly, animal-free products. The best part, you can actually pronounce the ingredients. The only drawback, the allergies. They do contain wheat, soy, eggs, and milk. So you have to make sure that you aren't allergic to any of these before you start eating these. So in conclusion, while every kitchen has these quickly made, somewhat tasty, totally easy hot dogs, this food isn't all it's cracked up to be. The way I look at it is, if I'm not going to go to the store and buy these ingredients to put on the table to feed my family, why would I eat them? Why would I let them eat them when they're ground up and shoved into a casing? It's the extras. It's the trash. It's the stuff that they can't sell in the meat cooler. That's what we're feeding our families. Stop it. Thank you.